Jurors, I am going to recess for the night, and I had intended to try to get the case to you yet this evening, but we have several steps yet to do. We have the defense closing arguments. The state has a right to rebuttal arguments, and after the state does theirs. And then I have some additional instructions to give you. And then we have to do the tumbling and the selection of the two alternates that will be reduced from the panel. And I apologize, I'd hoped to get that done tonight, so I didn't force those two that may be excused to come back, but we're just unable to do it in this time frame. You have my apologies. And I respect the fact that you've been here for 2 weeks. We went late last night in an attempt to try to get the matter resolved in an earlier fashion, but this is just the reality of trials, and this is what, as the old expression goes, it is what it is. So I am going to excuse you for tonight. We will then begin promptly tomorrow morning at 8:30. Our expectation is that we'll get the case to the jurors well before noon, and then those two jurors that will be excused will be able to excuse you before noon tomorrow. So again then, the standard admonition, do not discuss this case with anyone. We're going to get to those deliberations tomorrow when you finally will be able to discuss the case, and so we're very close to the end of the trial. So again, I thank you very much for staying late tonight. I appreciate that. We've gone 2 nights in a row, relatively late. I appreciate your efforts, and you're excused. We'll see you tomorrow morning, 8:30. Thank you. Council can be seated. Then maybe we can just discuss while we have 1 minute the method we're going to use to excuse the 2 alternate jurors that we have. We currently have a panel of 14. We'll reduce that to 12. So the plan is, subject to your objection, we have a tumbler here. We have taken the 14 names. We will put them into small envelopes. The clerk will rotate the tumbler, and then she will then pick 2 names out of the tumbler. Those 2 that are selected will be the 2 that will be dismissed then. Although I will instruct those 2 jurors tomorrow not to discuss the case with themselves or anyone else in case while the jurors are deliberating, we have the necessity to bring those 2 back in. Obviously, if they were, we would do a voir dire of them to make sure they hadn't discussed the case, but I'm going to try to caution them, not to, just for the safety net of having, the jurors. Obviously, it's our hope that we'll be able to reduce the panel down to the 12 that will deliberate. Those 12 will stay healthy through deliberations, and we'll be able to reach a verdict without necessitating any return of the alternate jurors. But I'm going to try to be overcautious. Any objection to the tumbler method being used as I described by the state? Any objection by the defense?
No, Your Honor.
All right. So obviously I want to start exactly at 8:30 tomorrow. We'll get in here. If you need to set anything up before 8:30 or whatever equipment we need to be moved around, let's move it tonight so we can start very punctual tomorrow. All right. Thank you very much. Court stands in recess till 8:30 a.m.